After a long time, how are you? I am always there. Mm, okay. I am regularly conducting sessions every Saturday, same time. You might be missing. Mm. I guess I wasn't there. Maybe. Good evening. Good evening, Nikhil. Happy Raksha Bandhan to you. Thank you, Shilpa. Happy Raksha Bandhan to you also. Hello, Shweta ji. How are you? Good evening. I want to ask you about my son health issue. I think I told before also in the last session. You can email the birth details and questions. Health consultations are always free, so no need to pay for it. So it's your choice when you want to email. I have to see the chart. I cannot help you like this. So you have to email me the birth details and questions, then we can schedule a call. As I said, no need to pay for health consultations. I want to ask you about my son health issues, slow in brain development due to rotavirus in infection caused after birth, you have said. Right. Please email, as I said, health consultations are free, then I can help you. Please email. I'm not looking at charts here. Okay. So please email all this information tomorrow and like whenever you want to, and then we can then we can talk about it. I am fine, Karthikeya. How are you? Could you please brief about the significance of nakshatra of planets in Navamsha chart? I mainly look at this D1 chart. My whole work is around D1 chart. I don't go much in detail in D9 chart, but it has its own importance. Navamsha positions you can find mainly in Jagannath Hora software. The other softwares may not show that information of like planets nakshatra position. Interpretation is the same. Only difference you need to make is that interpret them for only Navamsha related matters. Navamsha is the chart of your right life path. Okay. Of your what rightest life path you should be following. That is the purpose of Navamsha. So when you are interpreting a planet in a particular nakshatra, interpret in a D9 chart, interpret it only for the matters of the person's right life path, nothing more than that. Okay, then you will be utilizing Navamsha in a better sense rather than what I mean to say, don't bring foreign travels there, don't bring childbirth there, don't bring marriage there. So these things are not related with D9. D9 is specifically for right life path. That's it. So just be precise till right life path. That's it. Venus conjunct Saturn in fifth house. It is same everywhere. Venus conjunct Saturn means frustrations in relationship, restrictions, and like a person feeling like very restricted results. Maybe long distance relationship. Person may have to accommodate more. Plus, they may have to work hard on saving their money. That can be the situation. Will be normal. As I said, I can help you if you email the birth details and questions. Health consultations are free. Okay. Please, I want to ask questions. You can ask. Anyone can ask. Moon in third house with Saturn. Both are in Rohini Nakshatra, Pisces ascendant. How is this person like? And don't try to judge a person through a chart. Same planetary position can be in 100 people chart. We cannot say that we cannot judge all of 100 people in same way. So that is one thing which should be avoided, judging people through their chart. But Moon Saturn conjunction can bring like stressful mind. Moon is mind. Moon is the most gentle planet. Saturn is the heaviest planet. Okay, most stern energy. So like this Moon Saturn is like a very stern energy to deal with, stressful energy to deal with. Okay. So the like end result will be like stressful mind. This person should be meditating regularly, then he can have a better mind, better, more stable mind, more balanced mind. Although it is in Rohini, it is in Taurus moon, where it is exalted, but it's still like moon should be like mind should be balanced, and here it is stressful. Okay. So this person needs to meditate regularly. Kartikeya Pandey ji, uh, sir, what would Mars in third house Dhanu Lagna would entail? Mars in third house means it is in Aquarius. Mars rules your fifth house. Mars rules your 12th house. Sits into the third house. Person can be in like a business related with his creative pursuits. A person can be earning money through foreign lands. So his business can be connected with these things, fifth house or 12th house related matters. But this realization may come with delay, and results will also come with delay, hard work, perseverance, because it is in Aquarius sign ruled by Saturn and Rahu. So person has to persevere a lot, then he can expect better results. Then this Venus, Mercury, Jupiter in first house in Pisces, excellent position. Moon in the seventh house, Virgo. Uh, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter in Pisces in first house. It is like Saraswati Yoga in the first house. So for knowledge-oriented matters, a person can be a very good teacher, very good guide, counselor, consultant. Okay, for those pursuits and spiritual pursuits, imaginative pursuits, creative pursuits, this is what you should and this person will get better results when Venus, Mercury, Jupiter are together. Mercury is debilitated but getting like good Neech Bhangraj yogas. Moon in the seventh house is like the person who wants to connect with other people, who wants to involve himself with other people. Seventh house related matters. So this is what and this person should be focusing on, being a teacher and involving himself with other people. How is Sun and Ketu in the 11th house? Person needs to work on his savings. Money can come and money can flow. Okay. So money can go out of his hand. He may not be able to save the money because two strong malefics are there, Ketu and Sun. Okay. So person needs to learn how to save the money. Venus related Ketu in the second house. Are we supposed to sacrifice all the things related to Venus and look for a spiritual path? No need to sacrifice. Enjoy everything, but remain in detached mode. If you are having a good life, if you are having this, again, good and bad are wrong words. If you are having good money, enjoy it. The day someone takes away money, don't cry over it. Remain in the detached mode. Okay. If you are having like all the luxurious items, enjoy. If you don't have anyone any day, and then okay, enjoy. Still enjoy. It is like that type of a state. Venus Ketu is detached. Person has to remain detached from all these like pleasures. They should not rule over. Okay, there is no harm in utilizing them, but there is harm in like attaching with them. So this is what he needs to practice. How is Sun and Rahu in Leo 11th house in D10 chart, and Rahu in Aquarius fifth house respectively? D10 chart is for career related matters. So career matters, person may get his recognition. 11th house is recognition. 11th recognition with certain delay in life. He may have lots of frustration around his recognition. This Rahu in fifth house Aquarius shows maybe in his career matters. He needs to focus on serving people through his creative pursuits or educational pursuits. Ria stopped to do astrology. Did you know? Yeah, I know. It's fine. That is her own personal journey. My good wishes are with her. Venus conjunct Ketu in second house. Are we supposed to sacrifice all the things? Yeah, I covered it. How to judge the self-earned wealth property of a person through astrology? Third house is the house of self efforts. Okay. Third house is the house of self efforts, and like first house is self. So when person is working for self, that means these two houses should be activated, and then we can assess that okay, how much he is earning through his self efforts. Okay, self efforts, when you say that self earned wealth, I am considering self efforts as a business, sole proprietorship. I'm not even considered job setup work. I'm not even considered partnership business. Self efforts. Okay, so this is like whenever person goes through the first house dasha or third house dasha or 11th house dasha, seventh house dasha, these are business oriented houses. But that indicates like person can make money out of his self efforts. Mars Ketu in 12th house in Sagittarius. How can we see this conjunction? This is excellent for knowledge-oriented pursuits. Sagittarius is a sign of higher education, and 12th house is research, hidden matters. Mars and Ketu, they both represent lots of efforts. Mars is efforts, Ketu is again research. So for any research-oriented matter, this is excellent position. Mars Ketu in Sagittarius in 12th house. But if we come to like belief system and all, religion, philosophy and all, this can make a person very rigid about his belief system, what he believes in. Okay, this can make him very rigid about his belief system, and there the trouble can come. Okay. In the rigidness of belief system and all. So there he needs to like be a little flexible. But for educational pursuits, it is great. In matters of finance and wealth, also like person may be spendthrift. So there also he needs to work on his savings. Read your recent article about the butterfly effect. It was amazingly written. Thank you. Could you please tell if Mars in Ashlesha in 12th house can lead person to spirituality? Yeah, it can. Ashlesha represents Kundalini energy. 12th house is anyways the house of spirituality. Mars in Cancer means Mars rules 8th house for this person. Mars rules 8th and the first. Sorry, Mars rules fourth, uh, fourth and the ninth, and sits into the 12th. Okay, so this is like this is excellent for spiritual growth because two moksha margi houses are coming together. depends on how much he pursues spirituality, how much time he is giving into spiritual pursuits and all. For those reasons, it is still a very good position. Best example I can give is Ramdas. I think Ramdas had Mars in Ashlesha and Cancer. How is Saturn in fourth house Capricorn in D10 chart? Uh, I don't go directly to D10 chart. I have to first look at D1 chart. Okay. So after analyzing D1 chart completely, then I will go into all these divisional charts, if at all I'd go there. Okay. D10 chart, Saturn in fourth house Capricorn shows the person's authority recognition is coming with delay, hard work, perseverance. Ketu in the 10th house, conjunct with Sun, Venus, Mercury, Pisces ascendant. Will it detach me my work life from my work life? Please explain this conjunction and work of Ketu. You need to detach you need to remain detached. Okay. Understand this thing, detachment. So I'm having a good life, I'm enjoying everything and all. Tomorrow, if someone takes away my money, I should not cry over it. Okay. I may have a girlfriend or I may have a partner in my life. If she wants to leave me tomorrow, I should not cry over it. Okay. I should let her go happily. So this is detachment. It is not that you are supposed to leave anything, you have to sacrifice anything, you have to remain detached. If things work fine, that is also good. If things don't work fine, that is also good. Okay. So you have to strike this balance. uh, I have debilitated Saturn in the D60 chart, the fourth house. Saturn is retrograde. It is good or bad? I don't go into D60 chart. D60 chart changes every alternate minute. We cannot be so sure of our time of birth. Okay, so I don't look at D60 chart. How would Venus react in Virgo for Dhanu Lagna? Venus in Virgo for Dhanu Lagna. Venus is debilitated, like person is can have relationship issues, but this is if this Venus is in Hasta Nakshatra, then it is a very good healer, because Venus also rules the sixth house of healing and healthcare, sits into Virgo and Hasta. Okay, and this can relate with a medical professional and all, or it can be like a person who is very much analytical, financial matters and all. Okay, financial analyst and the stock market expert and all that. Okay, so there it can bring good results. Hi Kaushalji. Is it important to also see divisional charts, or only D1 is enough? For me, D1 is enough. Okay, I cannot say about others. For me, D1 is enough. I look into D9, D10, other charts to confirm things. Okay, whatever I see, suppose I saw a career of someone in D1 chart as a doctor. I will confirm if his D10 or D9 is also showing the career of doctor or not. I will confirm things. Okay. So for me, D9, D10 purposes are for confirmation. So it depends on you if you can uh, develop your own way. And if you want to, I'm not saying don't consider D9 and D10. I'm saying for me, it is D1 is enough. If you feel like pursuing D9 and D10 also, do it. Does Jupiter and Saturn in 12th house Gemini ascendant shows person who will spread his culture abroad? Can be. I want to know about job, career in future. This is the birth details. I am not looking at birth details. You can apply for consultation, proper consultation from astrologer of your choice. No need to apply from me. Apply from astrologer of your choice, because I cannot help you with this question here. Career consultation for me takes at least 1 hour. At least. Okay. At least 1 hour discussion is necessary for me to have someone's career consultation. I cannot give whole of 1 hour to one person. Okay. So this is the thing. Then, so please take proper consultation from astrologer of your choice. Jupiter in Rohini with Moon in third house with Mars Saturn in Kritika. Lots of planet in third house Taurus. Jupiter in Rohini with Moon in third house with Mars Saturn in Kritika. Okay, four planets in third house. Get into your own business. Nothing else would work. If there are three conjunctions in horoscope, Venus with Mercury, Moon with Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, is a high position in life possible. It depends on where these conjunctions are happening. It depends on if the person is doing something related with this conjunction or not. Like in earlier question, you said four planets in the third house. This person should always be working for himself. This person should be always be putting his own self efforts. Okay, if he is trying to work under job setup, then it is difficulty. Okay, then he may not get that much of result, and he may feel that okay, planets are after my life, they are not supporting me, they are giving you guidance that get into your own business. Okay, so this is the main thing. Any chart can give you bring any chart can give you legend like status, great life and all. Only thing is that we need to follow that path. Okay, I have Moon in Capricorn. Just a second, did I miss anything? No, I have Moon in Capricorn in the sixth house, Shravana Nakshatra. People always misunderstand me. Great. I have the worst moon in the worst nakshatra. Any suggestions to improve my moon? First of all, no planet is worst, and no planet is like worstly played and all that. With even trashed moons, I've seen legends. Again, Ramdas had moon in Scorpio. Check Pablo Picasso chart. All planets are debilitated. Pablo Picasso, all planets are debilitated. Okay, it's still legendary figure. So first of all, get rid of this thinking that you have the worst placement of moon. It is also a way of ego satisfaction that I am suffering because of my moon position and all. Nothing like that. Suggestion is meditation. Meditate regularly, then you can feel better with your moon position. Venus in Virgo in ninth house in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. Again, good for like financial purposes. Person can be very good with financial analysis, very creative also, very much into like analyzing higher education and all. But when it comes to relationship matters, lots of issues. Okay. Sun and retro Venus in third house in Pisces, both in Revati. Please elaborate. Sun and retro Venus in third house in Pisces, both in Revati. It is good position for like financial side of business or creative side of business. Third house is self efforts. Sun in the third house, like a person is gaining authority recognition through self efforts. It is in Pisces, Revati. Pisces and Revati both represent spirituality, creativity, imagination. Plus, Revati also represents wealth. Venus represents wealth, creativity again. Okay, so now combine all these things together. Any work, any self efforts of creative, imaginative, spiritual, or wealth related matter can give you good authority and recognition. But it has to be self efforts. Don't work under other people. Magha Nakshatra Pada 3 signifies this. Magha is the nakshatra of authority, royal kingdom, and all. And Pada 3 is the Dharma Arth Kama, Kama Pada. Okay. Kama is like desire. So, like a person wants to gain authority to manifest some desire of his life. Mercury Rahu Venus conjunction in the Jyeshtha Nakshatra in ascendant will life always be full of ups and downs. Three planets in Scorpio is instability. In Scorpio's life, I am a Scorpio ascendant. This is fourth profession, no issues. Okay, they have to be like whenever Scorpio becomes prominent in chart, like ascendant or sun sign, moon sign, or like these type of situations where you have so many planets in Scorpio. Just be receptive towards the instability and ups and downs of life. Don't try to resist the ups and downs in life, then you can handle it better. Okay, so try to be receptive and try to focus on other things which Scorpio represents. Scorpio represents research oriented matters, occult. Jyeshtha is the nakshatra of occult mysticism and all. Then you can even get the authority. Jyeshtha also represents authority. Then you can also get the authority from this research oriented pursuits of yours. Venus with Mercury in fifth house, Moon with Mars in the third house, Jupiter Saturn in 12th house. So business related to spreading Hinduism abroad can be, no issues. Okay. Specific direction of career, a specific direction of business can be discussed only like when I look at the whole chart and uh, during consultation. With this type of conversations of like a few minutes here and there, I'm looking at your question for 1 minute and I'm responding. This is not consultation. Don't think it as a consultation thing. Okay. Saturn in Aquarius has aspect on all enemy houses. So as Saturn is in good position, will its aspect also gives good results. Saturn is always difficult. First of all, understand that. In Aquarius also it is difficult. Saturn itself represents difficulty. Saturn itself represents misery. Okay, so wherever it goes, it brings misery. No matter whether it is exalted, debilitated, Om sign, Mool Trikon sign, everywhere it is difficult. Okay. Virgo ascendant having Sun in the eighth house, does it help in gaining authority and recognition? Wherever Sun is placed, that's where you gain authority and recognition. For you, it is exalted also. Sun is exalted in eighth house. This shows like great authority and recognition coming from eighth house related matters. What is eighth house? Eighth house is business benefits. Get into your own business, then you can expect this business benefit and great authority coming from you. This is the main problem. Okay, like people want best of results, but they don't want to follow the path which is indicating for that best of the result. Path is like now you have sun exalted in the eighth house of business benefits. Now you can get your best authority only when you go into business benefits, only when you deal with people in business setup. Okay, so there the problem, because mind is set for job setup. Ketu aspecting first house. Ketu aspects shows the need for this higher education. Wherever Ketu aspects, we need to educate ourselves into those areas of life, because it has fifth and ninth aspect. I'm not talking about seventh aspect. Fifth and ninth aspect. Fifth and ninth aspect is about higher education. So person needs to take higher education in that specific field. Ketu aspecting first house. First house is life path. Person should be aware of his life path. Person should educate himself in understanding what is my right life path. Okay. Very true about mind being set on doing job. Right. Okay. So this is the issue. Hmm. Ketu in the ninth house of Ashwini Nakshatra, will it affect the probability of higher education? No, it is excellent for research oriented higher education. Ketu is research. Ashwini is metaphysical healers. If the person has any interest in metaphysics, any interest in healing related education, this is excellent position. Okay. The effect will be that the person will not feel connected with his teachers. Person may feel that my teachers are not correcting, teaching me right things. Okay. Ninth house is teachers, gurus, and all. Person may have lots of differences of opinion. Any great personality with Magha Nakshatra, Moon and Mars conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn. There would be many great personality with every nakshatra. Okay, there are thousands of celebrity figures all over the world. So there are celebrity charts. You can check them on the site. Okay. Ketu Mahadasha result for a 10-year-old child. I don't know Ketu Mahadasha and where Ketu is placed for that child, which ascendant they are. These are long discussions. Okay, the Mahadasha result is like long discussion. Okay, so I cannot tell you here. Please apply for consultation from a astrologer of your choice. Again, I'm not saying apply from me, anyone. But these discussions take time. I cannot help you in like 1 minute time. Okay. And Jupiter in ninth house in Scorpio, but aspected by Mars and Saturn. And will it delay luck factor? Ninth house in Scorpio, but aspected by Mars and Saturn. Yeah, like Saturn aspect is enough to delay something or put you into conditions where you have to put lot of hard work and perseverance. Okay, this is what Jupiter is sorry, Saturn is all about. Saturn is all about delaying things, making you work hard towards a particular area of life. Saturn doesn't give anything easily. Any other question? Cool. Uh, Harish Parmar, madam. Harish Parmar, sir. I'm not looking at charts, so you can ask any. You can ask any this fundamental question, a like conceptual question. If you have any conceptual question about any chart, you can ask. But I'm not looking at people's chart. Uh, you have to pay. Yeah, obviously. Uh, you are doing a great job. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Kavita. Best way to see Antardasha results. Look at the house, a house where it is placed, house where it rules the planet. Okay, whichever house it rules, whichever house it is placed, whichever nakshatra it rules. If there is any planet in the nakshatra, its dignity, its house position, and all these things get involved. Okay, so this is why these things are usually take a long time. Antardasha result, Mahadasha result, and all. It is long discussion of 1 hour. I cannot help people in like 1 minute. Jai Shri Krishna. Radha madam, how are you? Your thoughts on Vivah Bandhan Yoga? I don't know what it is. I don't feel that astrology and marriage has any connection with each other. So Jupiter in the sixth transit as sixth lord. Uh, is it good for cracking medical entrance? Sixth house is the competitions. Jupiter represents like Jupiter is a benefic planet. Transiting its own sign is like shows benefits in competitive examination. So it can be a possibility. Mercury and Sun in eighth house Leo. Is it a good position for becoming an author of astrology? Mercury and Sun in eighth house Leo. Yeah, person can become author in like creative matters. Mercury is also the ninth lord of publications. Okay, so if someone has creativity towards astrology, then it is great. So we should read Antardasha same as Mahadasha, right? How to see the heart disease these days? It is very common. Sun has to be like afflicted. If a person may have a difficult sun position, sun represents heart. Okay, also Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter represents arteries. So that is where this person we can get an indication about whether person is going to have heart related health issues or not, and we also get indication how person can proactively take care and reduce the circumstances of getting a heart attack or something like that. Ketu in the first house for Taurus ascendant, effect on business. um, Rahu is in the seventh house, so it is good. It is good for a business oriented career if someone wants to pursue. Rahu is also 10th lord and sitting in the seventh house, so business oriented career. From which house we see fear of driving? Eighth house is the main house of fear, and Saturn represents fear. So maybe third house is the house of traveling. Fourth house is the house of vehicles. So if eighth lord or Saturn is involved with the third house or fourth lord or third house lord, then we can say that person may have troubles in may have this fear of driving. I always listen to your live, but later, generally during live, I am feeding stray animals. Okay, no problem, no issue. Okay, how to look at any disease? If Saturn is the sixth lord, then long-term diseases. But which type of disease? Saturn largely represents bones and teeth-related diseases, chronic nature of disease, and all. Painful. Saturn is all about pain and suffering, so painful diseases and all. And that is seen from Saturn in the sixth house, or Saturn impacting sixth house in any way. Okay, so bones and teeth, largely bones and teeth related matters. Sun in eighth house conjunct Saturn, Capricorn. Sun Mahadasha result. Lots of ego conflicts with the people. Sun in eighth house with in Capricorn with Saturn. It's like lots of ego tussles with the people can happen. So like just be aware of that and avoid your situations of getting into ego trouble with people, ego clashes with the people. In health matters also, you need to take care. By name it seems that you are if this is your planetary position, it seems that you are a doctor. So eighth house is also handling the emergencies of the people. So in your professional matters it is fine. Okay, if you are a doctor, if you are a surgeon, it is fine. But if we look at the personal life matters, okay, personal life matters, then it is like lots of ego issues in the relationship matters with the other people and all. Okay. Rahu in Swati Nakshatra in third house, is it a good position for business or for job? Swati is all about independence. Third house is self efforts. Yeah, independent self efforts. Excellent position for business. Uh, Bone related disease, I have so many. Okay. What can cause cancer? Rahu is Karaka of cancer. When Rahu, Mars, Saturn all together as impact one house in the birth chart, then person also goes through the dasha of all these three planets together, like Rahu dasha, Saturn antardasha, Mars pratyantardasha, or Mars mahadasha, Saturn antardasha, Rahu pratyantardasha, any kind of combination. And then in transit also Rahu, Mars, Saturn again impact the same house. Okay, then we can say that there is a possibility of cancer kind of situation, but all three conditions should be fulfilled. Ketu in Ashwini can give a native very good knowledge of medicine. Great, good job. Okay, Ashwini is metaphysical healer, so it can bring a good amount of information, knowledge, higher education in the matters of healing. Rahu Sun Moon in eighth house for Leo. Uh, Again, like lots of transformations can be there in person's life, mystical life, occult experiences. Okay, so those things can be there, but ego clashes can be there. Okay, Rahu with Sun again. It is eclipsed Sun. Solar eclipse birth, so difficulty with ego troubles with the people, and difficulty with the relationship with father. What can be long time lag pain causes in current transit for Libra ascendant, or in general? What planetary combination to look out for? Lag is like ninth house represents thighs, 10th house represents knees, 11th house represents shin, and 12th house represents this feet. So any malefics impacting, and especially malefics in wrong dignity impacting these houses can bring the lack pain, depending on which area of lacks it is impacting. Okay. Mars in Aquarius for Virgo ascendant, Puru Bhadra Nakshatra. Okay. So Mars is in the sixth house, Aquarius, right? So it is like uh, it can be right. Person may be a lawyer. It can be a good position for a law as a career, because Mars rules third house of self effort, sits into the conflicts house in sixth house, and Mars itself is a fighter. So person can be a good lawyer. Law is one of the field, but he can generally be of fighting nature, conflicting nature. Okay. Rahu, Mars, Jupiter, and Sun in Capricorn in seventh house. Any opinion about this position? Again, so many planets in one house. Focus on that house. Okay, Rahu, Mars, Jupiter, Sun in the seventh house. Seventh house is other people, Mars is business. Get into your own business. Then the person is going to get the results. How is your experience with current Jupiter retrograde in Pisces? Great. My experiences are always great. Mars in 6th or 10th, which is better, depends on the dignity. If is in the 6th house in own sign or exaltation, then it is much better than Mars in 10th house in debilitation. So dignity, like sign-based dignity, becomes important. And the strength is always sign-based. It is never house-based. Any other question? Hmm. Rahu and Venus in Hasta Nakshatra and Ascendant. Again, like for matters of relationship, it is difficult, Rahu, Venus and Virgo. But if person follows the path of like healing, healthcare, plus or this analytical nature of work, financial analysis, stockbroker and all, it is good position. For relationship, it is not. Pisces ascendant here eating a lot these days, maybe cause of Rahu in the second house and Jupiter in first house. So take care of your eating habits. Mars in 6th house in Aries and Mars in 10th house in Nakshatra, Mragashira, which is better for fighting enemy and acquiring land. Mars in 6th house, yeah, Aries, it is better. Mars in Mars, although it is in own nakshatra, but as I said, its strength is always sign based. Sign based dignity. We say sign based dignity. We never say house based dignity or nakshatra based dignity. It is always sign based. So in Mrigashira, it is probably in either in this Taurus sign or in Gemini sign. Okay. Mars I will either be in Taurus or Gemini. So this is where Gemini, it is completely losing the dignity, enemy sign. Taurus is average, but Mars in Aries is excellent. Ketu in Gemini in Ardhara Nakshatra obstacles. Communication obstacles. A person may have no idea what he is talking about. Okay, or it maybe isolated, separated from the sense of communication. How to present himself, how to communicate him effectively. He may have issues with that. Any reason why you like to keep your hair long? It's look good on you though. It is just that childhood desire. When I was a kid, I always wanted to have long hairs. Okay, so obviously, as a child, you cannot do what you want. So now I can do what I want. So this is the reason. There is no spiritual reason, nothing like that, nothing to do with my discipleship of Osho or something. It is just that I wanted to have like long hairs. Okay, so that is the thing. I like long hair. Thank you. I'm a Leo ascendant, Moon Mars in the first house, Jupiter Mercury Ketu in the second house, Sun in the third house, Venus in fourth house. Great. Saturn Rahu in eighth house. Will I get a foreign job this year? I am not giving any consultation. Okay. I'm not looking at people's chart. If you have any conceptual question, you can ask. The consultation thing takes time. Okay. So please apply for consultation from astrologer of your choice. Any opinion of nakshatra exchange between two planets? Yeah, it is energy exchange. It works. Nakshatra exchange like Rahu in best example I can do is Jupiter in Swati and Rahu in Vishakha. Okay, so it works. Both the things give the result just like a Rahu Jupiter conjunction. Energy exchange works, but the dignity is always sign based. We cannot decide dignity based on this nakshatra parivartan yoga. Okay. They will have exchange of energies between themselves. Whatever Swati represents, Jupiter will be impacting. Whatever Vishakha represents, Rahu will be impacting. Okay. This impact will be there, but the dignity is always sign based. And most of these yogas are helpful only in professional life, and they are not helpful in personal life, relationship matters. For Mars transit in Taurus, you mentioned about accidents. Okay, what planetary combination or aspect can make it less likely to happen? Mars itself represents accidents. Understand, Mars naturally rules 8th house of accidents with the Scorpio sign. One of the main characteristics of Mars is accident, bloodshed, injuries, and all. Okay, surgeries. So wherever Mars is going, it is bringing that accident kind of thing probable. So no, it is not that any house Mars will not represent accident. Just like Saturn represents misery in every house, Saturn represents your biggest challenges in every house. Mars also represents the same thing. The accident or injury kind of thing. Mars itself represents that. Okay, Mars is injury. You can say that. Mars is accident. You can say that. Or aspect can make it less likely to happen. If it is not, what I can tell is more likely to happen is when Dushtana houses are involved. Mars is in any sign in 6th, 8th, or 12th, or it is in 4th house. 4th house is where Mars loses its directional strength. So this is where Mars is impacting more. Okay. So these are the houses where more possibility is there. But if Mars is in bad dignity sign based, like next transit will be in Gemini. So in any house, it is then Mars in Gemini in any house can bring accidents. Okay, because Gemini itself is the sign of traveling. Mars itself represents the speed. So there, that's where the trouble can come. I have Mercury in Ardhara and Rahu in Revati and Nakshatra exchange. Great. Will Ketu in Ashwini Nakshatra gives lack of self-worth? If so, will meditation be helpful? Meditation is always helpful for everyone. Ketu in Ashwini can give this lack of self-worth because Ashwini is part of Aries. Aries is the sign of individuality. So this is where Ketu in Ashwini can bring this separation from self kind of thing, separation from individuality kind of. Okay, so meditation is always helpful. When own child and spouse activate Dushtana houses, will there be any positive effect on native's life as a result of this? It depends on his own awareness factor. If I am aware that okay, my Dushtana houses are getting activated either through my child's chart or a spouse chart or through my own chart, and I am taking proactive care related with those houses, then I can avoid any trouble. Okay, so this depends on your awareness factor, your proactive approach. Okay, that is important rather than It is never think like that, okay, your eighth house is getting activated, you are bound to have accident. Nothing like that. Nothing is bound to be. Okay, it depends on your awareness factor. If you are aware, if you are proactive, you can avoid the circumstances. If you are ignorant, obviously you are bound to have. Okay, so it all depends on your awareness factor. Yes, Jupiter, Purva, Falguni, Venus change Nakshatra, right? Okay, so thank you. I think we are done. Let me know if there is any other question. Ananya ji, how are you? What if one planet is sitting in one house in Lagna chart and in Chalit it goes into another house that is the next house? What happens in the dasha of such planet? I consider only this D1 chart. Okay, for me D1 is every most important. It is everything in the astrology for me, because all other charts are coming out of D1 chart. If you don't have a D1 chart, you cannot make any other chart. Okay, so this is why I prefer D1 chart more than any other chart. So my analysis is completely limited to D1. Any trick you can share to convince Cancer ascendants with a strong moon, please? Why you need to convince anyone for anything? I'm not here to convince anyone to anything. Okay, the desire of convincing, if I have this desire that I need to convince you, this means that I don't have conviction towards that fact. Okay, I myself have doubt, that's why I want to convince you. If you are convinced, then I will, okay, fine, he agrees, so I can also rely. So I don't want to convince anyone. Is it good for medical? We discussed his chart. I think it is I think it was very good for medical field, and he also got success there of some sorts, so he should persevere with his efforts. Okay, uh, sign exchange between first and eighth lord, between Mars and Mercury, can any good result expected? Again, it is in the field of business, in the field of information and knowledge. They can work well together. Mars, Mercury. Mercury is information. Mercury is business communication. Mars is efforts. So, person can put a lot of effort in information collection and communication and business and all. But when it comes to like personal communication, and then they can get into like aggressive communication, fighting and all, arguments, or they can have this if they are careless about their driving, then they can have accidents and all. That is a possible. I have knee injury in accidents always. I came to know 10th house is knee. Thanks only. Thank you. Can we make prediction just by seeing Ashtak Varga points? Does Ashtak Varga work? Ashtak Varga is to give you indication about the transits. Okay, Ashtak Varga tables or Sarvashtak Varga tables are there to interpret a transit, not the birth chart. That is the main purpose of Ashtak Varga. So this we have to realize what is the importance of any concept. Ashtak Varga is only limited to transit. If Jupiter is transiting your fourth house, Pisces, then what points are given in Ashtak Varga? Then you can say, okay, it is good transit, bad transit, either ways. But it has nothing to do with your birth chart position, Earth, Ashtak Varga, Sarvashtak Varga, and all. No, you cannot decide your birth chart based on your make a whole prediction based on your Ashtak Varga. It is helpful in predicting the transit, but it is not helpful in predicting the birth chart or the dashas. Okay. It can be the last tool when you analyze the birth chart, then you analyze the dasha, and then when you come to the transits, then you can utilize Sarvashtak Varga points or Ashtak Varga points to get the final prediction. But to start with, it is not useful. To interpret your chart, Sarvashtak Varga has no relevance with that. Okay. Uh, okay, fine. I think we are done. People are tired. I am tired. Okay, so let's meet next week if there is no other question. Okay. Does Rahu signify about IT industry? Yeah, Rahu is newest technology. Rahu is anything which is new, foreign. Okay. So Rahu represents that IT industry or newest technology. How to know which is the strongest planet in this chart? Strongest means which planet will have more influence in your life. Expect more. Look at the planet which is strongest dignity wise, like exaltation, mool trikon, own sign, friendly sign, or neutral. If you have any planet which is exalted, that is the strongest. If you have planet which is mool trikon, that is second level, third level, own sign, then friendly sign, and then neutral. These are strong dignities. So if you have any planet exalted, best. If not, then mool trikon. If not, then own sign. If not, then this friendly sign. If not, then this neutral thing. Okay. But suppose I have Jupiter exalted, but I am going through Saturn Dasha. So my life is more revolving around Saturn position rather than Jupiter position. Okay, so in that case, Saturn has more say in my life because I am going through Saturn Dasha. I am not going through like Jupiter Dasha. So this is also important. Which Dasha you are going? If that planet is strong, if I am going through Jupiter Dasha and Jupiter is very well placed, this is like very strong indication of my life improving in that Dasha. If I am going through Saturn Dasha and Saturn is weak, then it is like troublesome time. I may have other all planets exalted, but Dasha planet is weak. So this is like troublesome situation. Okay. Mars fourth aspect and Sun transit going to Leo for Gemini ascendant can make communication aggressive or authoritative. Right. I'm going to Leo for Gemini. Right. It's fine. Then this someone told Jupiter and Mars are quite high in Leo. Is it why? Yeah, Jupiter, Mars, they both are in good dignity. Mars is a fiery planet, Leo is fire, and Jupiter is expansion. So this is where it like fire really gets expanded. Have you ever come across a very good chart but still have worst life? Mark David Chapman. Just search for this guy, Mark David Chapman. Uh, Four exalted planets ended up in killing John Lennon. Okay, he's in prison from last 40 years. Okay, four exalted planets: Sun exalted, Venus exalted, Jupiter exalted, Saturn exalted. And if you watch his interviews, he exhibits all the exalted qualities. Okay. Thank you for your time. Have a great time ahead. Thank you. Okay. Search for this guy, Mark David Chapman.